drew you to this project?
It was almost entirely the script, honestly. I sent the script with a note from my old agent saying, your character doesn't speak much, pass. And then I just didn't have anything to do that afternoon, and I thought it was a great title, so I thought, I'm going to read it anyway. And I read it and was totally in love with the story by the end of it. And then the directors called me and said, you're playing a young Jeremy Irons. We really want you to do it. Please do it. And I was like, okay. I mean, it was a very simple decision. I was worried a little bit about having a character that didn't speak much and having it feel a little kind of, oh, I'm in the historical period flashback moment. And I'm not sure how, you know, classy that is. But actually, when they told me how they were going to do it and, you know, how this character was sort of part of the heart of the film, I thought this could be wonderful if it's got done right. And I just had such faith in those guys when I spoke to them.
You guys debuted at Sundance. Were you expecting to get this much attention in a national release?
I think it's so wonderful for Brian and Lee. They wrote this as part of the Sundance Film Labs over 10 years ago, and it took 10 years to get made, and now it's the biggest release that has ever been from a Sundance film, and they deserve it because it's an interesting, valid film, you know, with really interesting themes, and they got this great cast together. I'm so proud to be listed with, and you know, I just think it's sort of probably one of the most adult things I've done in terms of its demographic. And I think it's one of those films that it's a sort of valid cinema release because you go with people and then you go and have a drink afterwards and you talk about it and say what you thought about it and if you think this character was real or not, or this one's an older version of this one, and what would you have done in that situation, and didn't you really regret when this happened, rather than just sitting on your own and going, oh yeah, good film, let's get, you know. You
got to work with some veteran actors. Anyone in particular that you really connected with or really left an impression for you?
I mean, it was difficult on this film because it was filmed in 3 very specific sections, so we didn't actually cross over. They did Bradley and Zoe first, then myself and Nora, and then Dennis and Olivia. So they always left the day before we got there.
Gotcha, okay.
So we didn't get to interact too much. I mean, it was wonderful to share a character with Jeremy Irons. And you know, in the last 3 years, I've worked with sort of all 5 of my heroes. I mean,
wow.
I worked with Colin Firth, and then, you know, then to work with Robert De Niro and Robin Williams, and just finished working with Jeff Bridges. I mean, and you know, obviously to share a character with Jeremy Irons is, you know, is incredibly lucky.